This is Chrysanthemum maximum Esther Reed, and it's a really nice little perennial that I use as accents. And the reason I like this variety of Chrysanthemum maximum is because of the all-white flower. Many of the hybrids have the yellow daisy-like center, and I just prefer the nice white, all-white look of this one. Now, there are a lot of hybrids of this plant, so if this isn't your taste, then certainly look into what other ones are available in your area. But what I can tell you about this is, and why I'm showing this now, this is the end of August, and this is the second bloom. Even though I'm in a hot inland valley, this is pushing a second round of blooms. And when I've seen these near the coast, Monterey and so forth, where it's much cooler, I see these bloom almost perpetually during the warmer time of the year. In the inland valley where I am, these usually do a very strong bloom like you'll see in the photograph in spring. So you would expect to see that April, May. And they'll bloom for a solid month and a half or more, and just like shown in the flower. Then what I do is deadhead them, and then I get the odd flower coming up, and now I'm getting a nice little bloom cycle. Even though it's nothing like the regular bloom cycle, it's nice to get another round of color. The snails kind of like to hang out in this plant. That's one of the downsides to it. Other than that, they're pretty easy to grow. A lot of times deer leave chrysanthemums alone, so I'm able to use those in deer areas. In terms of water, these like regular water. They're not drought resistant in my opinion. And so just give them kind of average to regular water. Good drainage too. Most perennials like this that have kind of softer tissued root systems typically prefer well-drained soils. So if you can do that, I would recommend it. And plant 1 gallon containers about 14 to 16 inches on center. These do spread slowly, so you get a nice little clump here. And they're low. The foliage is only about 3 to 4 inches high, and then these flower stalks come up as you see here. And that is Chrysanthemum maximum Esther Reed. This is Chrysanthemum Esther Reed when you've got a ground cover. I've got Vinca minor here, and it's really woven its way into the Esther Reed. But I still get a very nice bloom out of this massing, and I guess what I wanted to show is just how durable this plant is. These are about 9 years old, and they just keep producing even with all this competition. Here I did a sloppy job of deadheading, so just know that the stems, when you cut them, if you don't take them all the way to the ground, they're going to stay around and look brown like you see here in this section. So cut them really low, they'll be fine. And here's the foliage comes back nice and green.